What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a fantastic Liverpool news video because John Henry, the owner of Liverpool FC and the head of FSG, have given an exclusive interview where he talked about how he will back Jurgen Klopp in the summer transfer window, but I will only believe his words if he backs it up with action, because Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool need at least 200, maybe even 250 million plus in the summer transfer window. So let me know in the comments below how much money do you think Liverpool need in the summer transfer window? How many midfielders, defenders, forwards do you think Liverpool need to sign? What would be your summer transfer wish list? Leave your comments down below and also leave a like on this video if you enjoyed the updates, and check out my FIFA 23 gameplay channel. Link is in the video's description. I uploaded today a fantastic Benfica Club Brugge game with 7 goals and incredible goals and really funny ones as well, so make sure to check it out. So John Henry has spoken and he said that while we formalized the process that has identified potential investors for Liverpool FC, we remain fully committed to the long-term success of Liverpool FC. That has been the case since day one in 2010 when they bought Liverpool. Our efforts every day have been and continue to be focused on the long-term health and competitiveness of the club. That's what Henry is saying. But then why did Liverpool have to take out a loan to develop the stadium? Why didn't the owners give Liverpool a loan with no interest that Liverpool will have to pay back to the owners? Liverpool had to take out bank loans. Basically, the owners wanted to have Liverpool's books as clean as possible in case a potential sale happens, so they can rake in as much money as possible. John Henry is saying, I quote, "Investment in Liverpool is never for the short term. This approach has been successful over the long haul with patience necessary from time to time. In regard to LFC, our commitment remains stronger than ever. The club continues to make great progress with youth on the field and off it. Our foundation is well supported, continues to quietly expand the importance of its work in different ways, looking for as many small kindnesses as possible, individually and hopefully cumulatively. The people of this club, starting with its manager, the players and everyone from stewards to management, are committed to the club locally, committed to maintaining Liverpool's great history and equally committed to making new history in a way that our supporters can be proud of. Being a part of this club is something no one takes for granted." This is just PR talk basically, because FSG have already shown that they don't really care about the local fans when it comes to the Super League, furloughing local staff. He is talking about the local employment. They were prepared to furlough staff during the COVID pandemic, and also they were prepared to start a European Super League and all the other things, the ticket prices that they set. But I'm optimistic that John Henry recognizes that this is a vital time in Liverpool's progress, and in the Jurgen Klopp era they absolutely have to invest and have to back Jurgen Klopp. Otherwise, Liverpool's rebuild will not be as good as possible. And you could argue if we signed Luis Diaz 6 months earlier, we could have won the league title last season. You could argue if we signed a midfielder last summer and maybe signed as well Cody Gakpo in January, that's a brilliant transfer. But if we signed a midfielder last summer, we would be a lot closer to the top 4 and maybe even be involved in the title if we signed the Tchouaméni caliber midfielder. Don't tell me that Tchouaméni and Bellingham, they are the only 2 midfielders who could be helpful for Liverpool, because that's a load of nonsense. Even Jurgen Klopp himself said that there are loads of very exciting midfielders and very exciting players that could fit into the Liverpool playing style. We just need to find the right one for the right price. Why didn't Liverpool find the right one last season, or last summer transfer window, at the end of last season? Probably because FSG didn't make enough money available for Jurgen Klopp. Otherwise, why would Jurgen Klopp be happy with not signing midfielder? He said he would love to sign a midfielder in January, but there is no money available for that. And John Henry said, "We continue building at Liverpool Football Club in a responsible manner. We have seen many football clubs go down unsustainable paths. We will continue to focus our attention on investing wisely in the transfer market, and we remain incredibly proud of our squad. At the same time, we continue investing in our training facilities, our main stand, and currently the Anfield Road stand. These are all physical reflections of our resolve and how very seriously FSG takes its responsibilities for this great club. But Henry recognizes that there are ever increasing financial challenges in the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp said it himself, you can't not notice other clubs going fast, spending vast amounts of money, and Liverpool cannot stand still because they will be left behind. The league itself is extraordinarily successful, John Henry continued, and its greatest football competition in the world. But we have thought for some time there should be limits on spending so that the league doesn't go the way of European leagues where 1 or 2 clubs annually have little competition. We don't want to turn the Bundesliga, turn into the Bundesliga, the Premier League. We don't want to turn it into the French league, where one club wins the title every 5 years out of every 6 years. Henry also commented on FSG president Mike Gordon's position, with Gordon having been seconded to handle the search for investment for the club. Mike Gordon remains fully committed to Liverpool. He did take time off for a while this winter, but he's a long way off from retirement. Billy continues to be a driving force for the club. Billy Hogan is talking about, I think, as CEO of Liverpool Football Club. His remit is much larger than most people would think. Jurgen and Billy are a very strong combination and work very well together. So hopefully that is the case, that this will be a very, very strong partnership, and also hopefully Jurgen Klopp will be given the tools in the summer to really strengthen the Liverpool midfield, and also to really continue this Liverpool rebuild, who, as I said, has already started with the likes of Darwin Núñez, Cody Gakpo, and other young players being bought in. Konate is another one that could be the future of Liverpool. And Liverpool have made 3 Champions League finals in the past 5 years. Liverpool have earned a lot of money in the Champions League, and Liverpool rely in a great deal to the revenue that the club makes, because FSG are not investing their own money into Liverpool, but commercial income, player sales, investing sustainably with the help of analytics and the nous of negotiating experts like Michael Edwards and Julian Ward. These are all very, very important for Liverpool. But we have to ask ourselves, how will Jude Bellingham be funded? Hopefully, the reason why we didn't spend on a midfielder was to save a lot of money for the Jude Bellingham transfer. There's value in the suggestion that unchecked spending, for instance, like Chelsea, can hinder rather than transform a season. But it's likewise critical that Liverpool spend appropriately on targets, and we need to ensure we don't get left behind by the rivals of the Premier League. I mean, Arsenal spent a lot of money, and look how much that transformed their team. Last season, Arsenal were laughed at. They missed out on the top 4 on the last day of the season. Tottenham pipped them, and everybody wrote Arsenal off. And this time they are leading the Premier League, 5 points out of Man City. I heard absolutely nobody predict Arsenal to be champions this season, and that is actually really encouraging, that Liverpool can turn their fortunes around very, very quickly, because in football it can change in a few weeks, in a few months, and Liverpool are back in form now, and the next game against Bournemouth is vital. We absolutely have to win that, and after that we play Man City, Chelsea and Arsenal. 3 games that probably will shape Liverpool's season. If we could win 2 of them, or get 1 win and 2 draws, then I think Liverpool will be in a very, very good position to finish in the top 4. And also we have to hope for a miracle against Real Madrid, but I fear that Jurgen Klopp will rest some players, because I'm not sure how much of a chance there is for Liverpool to score 4 or 5 goals at the Bernabeu, or score 3 goals and keep a clean sheet and take it into extra time. And that's why the first leg was so damaging for Liverpool, because to concede 5 goals at home to any team, yes, Real Madrid are the best team in the world right now, in terms of the accolades, in terms of, they are the Club World Cup champions, they are Champions League holders, But they haven't been at their best in the Spanish league. That's why it's so frustrating that even a second-rate Real Madrid side can win at Anfield by a 5-2 scoreline. It really, really hurts. And also some good news. The UEFA announced that they will refund all Liverpool fans for the Champions League final horror show in basically an admission of guilt. This is huge news. It's not the end of the process, but big call to refund all Liverpool fans for the Champions League final. This is likely an apology from UEFA in how they blame the Liverpool fans for the Champions League final fiasco. And that is pocket change for them. It's £3.5 million of a payout for 19,600 Liverpool fans. And the UEFA should be very thankful to Liverpool fans because they were the ones who prevented this Champions League final to turn into an absolute disaster. It is already a disaster, but it could have been a huge tragedy where hundreds of people could have been either killed or hospitalized. But the Liverpool fans showed so much restraint, and probably a lot of people, because of the Hillsborough disaster, were behaving in a very, very good way. Liverpool fans actually prevented a tragedy. It's not UEFA. And there is an argument to be made that Real Madrid fans should be refunded, and sponsors and some other people who attended the Champions League final as well should be refunded. There is an argument to be made for that. And an independent report claimed and concluded that only the calmness of Liverpool fans prevented a mass fatality catastrophe occurring in the Champions League final. So I think UEFA is right to refund all Liverpool fans, but they should probably refund more fans. And Spirit of Shankly, the biggest Liverpool supporters group, has made a statement, and they are welcoming this announcement from UEFA. This unprecedented move is the result of tireless work to hold those responsible for the catastrophic events in Paris with a promise to reimburse supporters. UEFA have gone some way to acknowledging their part of the fiasco, but it does not excuse UEFA, exempt them from criticism, or lessen the need for them to implement all of the recommendations made by the independent inquiry. We will work alongside Liverpool FC and publish details once we know how and when refunds will be processed. So that's a very strong statement and very good statement. And the Athletic journalist Simon Hughes has also questioned UEFA's decision. He said that UEFA should be refunding anyone who attended the Champions League final. By refunding Liverpool fans only, it signals to the rest of the world it was a Liverpool exclusive problem, which isn't true. The independent report shows they were attempting to do this from the moment the kickoff was delayed. Statement suggests some Real Madrid fans who meet criteria, as well as neutral supporters who went through UEFA, will be eligible for the refund. Personally, Simon Hughes feels anyone who attended the event should be invited to apply. The whole thing was a waste of everyone's time. And I mean, it speaks volumes that no Liverpool fan was talking about the result. They were all talking about the trouble before, during and after the game. And Emre Can was asked about Liverpool during the Chelsea-Dortmund pre-match press conference, and Emre Can said, "It's amazing when I see the result that Liverpool have beaten Man United 7-0. Of course, I'm always looking at Liverpool, looking at the results. It's special to win against Man United, and 7-0 is just amazing." And I really like Emre Can. I've been following Dortmund as well because of Jurgen Klopp, because of Bellingham, and Emre Can was a decent midfielder. I don't think we have missed him at Liverpool because probably he's not at world class level. He wasn't at a world class level when he left Liverpool, but actually at Dortmund he has improved, and this season is one of Emre Can's best seasons. And James Spears said that the Liverpool-Man United result doesn't change the need to strengthen Liverpool this summer, but it should silence some of the nonsense about a complete overhaul being required. There is a serious amount of talent in this squad, and Man United felt the full force of it. Yes, a complete overhaul isn't required, but a serious investment is required. Because if you want to sign midfielders who are better than Liverpool's current midfielders, and also who are better than the players that are leaving, you need, for example, if you want to sign Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham, that's 200 million minimum. And I just said two players that would be, I think, perfect for the Liverpool rebuild. And yes, I agree, a complete overhaul is not needed. I think the attacking lineup is pretty much set with Nunez, Jota, Gakpo, Salah, Luis Diaz. I think we have a front five, and Fabio Carvalho can play there, Harvey Elliott can play there. So we have like 6 or 7 players who can play in the front line. The defense needs a backup right back and a centre back, and also we need at least 3 really good midfielders, 2 of them world class, and 1 I can understand if we sign another young up and coming midfielder. But Liverpool definitely need to spend a huge amount of money. And James Pearce said that Liverpool don't need a midfielder last summer. So I would take his words with a pinch of salt, because he is basically pushing the FSG train, pushing whatever agenda FSG wants to push on social media, onto the fan base. So always take James Pearce's articles with a pinch of salt. That's just my opinion. Of course, you can do whatever you want. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.